So I welcome all of you for Kalalgoda English Medium Retreat. So this is the first question and answer session. So we have received several questions and then we will start the session with written questions.
We have received 2 reports. Venerable Bhante, I am a yogi who practiced Anapana for about 20 years. I have been experiencing emptiness for about 1 year now. It has come to a point now that I am in emptiness but no feeling of the in-out breath and just sitting in that position. Now when I sit for the Anapana, I don't feel the breath, no feeling but feel sleepy. During a sermon from Loku Hamuduruwo, within brackets Maha Salayatana Sutta, I understood that when you lose the focus of the nimitta, you enter animitta, where there is no place to focus on. Is this the place I am in now? Please guide me the way forward. Thero Saranai.
Just losing animitta or just losing nimitta and you standing on animitta is not the proper explanation. We can say when we are thinking that things are permanent and we have that permanent notion, so then we are constantly grabbing various signs, nimittas. But on the other hand, when we understand that things are constantly become inconstant or transient, impermanent, then you can't actually recognize, you can't extract kind of a nimitta. So transient, so vulnerable, so transient. As a result of that, you can't catch any nimitta. Then you may get into or plunge into animitta. Now, may I know who has written this? Right. By the way, here, how long are you practicing the sitting session?
Swaminathan, about 2 months I am in the same place now.
Yeah, per day, how many sitting sessions are you conducting?
About 2 or 3
2 or 3. So, how are you continuing with walking as well?
Yes.
Okay. While walking, what is the situation of the mind?
That is no problem. I am walking in long time.
Sorry.
That is no problem, Swaminathan. Walking is going on. That's sometimes no feeling. Just I am walking here and there. Nothing.
So while watching the mind, are you walking, or while keeping your attention on the foot are you walking?
Foot.
What are you doing?
I am watching of the foot.
Walking of the foot.
Yeah.
So still mind prefers to be with the foot?
Yes, Swaminathan.
Sorry?
Yes.
So now it is not the, if you are really into animitta, then you don't need to put your attention on the foot now.
Just without mention on the foot.
Your attention anywhere, simply keeping the attention at nowhere.
Around we can here and there. That means I can see all of the round without feeling the feet also. Just
without
feeling the foot also, I can see here and there. Just.
So when you see here and there, what is the state of the mind?
Nothing.
Nothing is there. No. Okay. So it is not interested of looking at them?
Nothing.
No?
Nothing.
Okay. Then fine. So, and sitting, what are you doing?
Sitting, now I have came to the emptiness place. About 1 year I was there. Nothing in the emptiness. Now I can't feel anything in the emptiness. Then I'm in this place. Now I want to put into the breath.
No.
Then nothing. I can't feel anything in the breath.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't need to go back to breath now. You can simply. That's the thing. So we have used the breath in order to develop the necessary qualities or the skills. And once we have developed them, and then we are able to keep the mind at nowhere. So there is no established mind or established consciousness. So it's a matter of now maintaining that state. So actually, so during the every day, are you practicing?
Yes, in the early morning, about 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. So every
About
day you are doing that.
1.5 hours.
Okay. So do more on walking, not much on sitting, because if you are sitting too longer, then mind may tends towards more kind of a deep concentrations. Then you can't feel anything. So that is where we go wrong sometimes. We think that meditation is sitting. So but now it is not the case. Now it is very much like you have to deal with the various other things, and while walking, while talking, say while doing various other activities, are you still able to maintain the spaciousness of the mind, the relaxed state of the mind, uninvolved nature of the mind? If so, then that means fairly good in that sense. But it's not necessary to spend too many hours in sitting, because if we do like that, then gradually mind may get into a kind of a deep concentrations, or even kind of an attached state of mind. So that is not what we are looking for. So thing is, while we are sitting, gradually mind may tends towards kind of a leaning onto something, be with something, holding something, attaching to something. So likewise, kind of the relaxed state of mind may start getting little blocked or little tensed or little burdened. So then that is, we are losing the clarity. We are losing the, say, relaxation. Here, more and more, very much like you are keeping your attention on the, just relaxed state. There is nothing as such to pay or focus your attention. The awareness is there. The natural awareness is there. It is not something that you are purposely paying your attention, but you are present in the present moment, and the present moment awareness is there. That is also more natural-like. It is not that you are purposely paying your attention, since otherwise the mind get distracted. Now mind is not interested of getting distracted. Rather, mind likes to stay secluded. So if you are able to maintain like that, then we are in the correct path. And on the other hand, the progress happens not in the sitting now. Progress happens when we are dealing with various other activities, how you are capable of handling them without much of a disturbance. So you are finding out kind of a balance of the mind, even when you are facing various ups and downs of the life. And when you are talking, when you are dealing, and while you are engaged with daily activities. So at that moment, if you are able to maintain a very relaxed, calm, unattached, undisturbed kind of mind, so that indicates kind of a, we can say, mind is somewhat relaxed and maybe not much getting involved with the defilements. So basically, we need to understand the defilements, that is the other side. So when we are talking to someone, say for example, and when I am talking to someone, then probably my mind get attached to him. On the other hand, when I am talking to another person, I might get repelled, and I might have a kind of an inner resistance, little frustration. So on that occasions, I need to notice that. So there am I able to come back to the middle level, where there is no distraction, there is no any kind of a repulsion, or there is no any kind of an anger, but equanimous. So during the daily activities only, that refinement happens. Not just spending hours in the sitting makes us more into kind of progress. Rather, how we are able to consolidate that relaxed state of mind while we are dealing with various other activities. And that is how we need to recognize this.
Only half an hour I am walking.
Better improve that. Better increase that. Probably you can. And how long are you sitting?
Sitting about 1 hour.
No. Do the opposite.
Yeah, walking
1 hour walking and half an hour sitting. And that also, do just sit and see what's happening. That's all. It's not that you are restricting your mind anymore. Rather, you are giving total freedom to the mind to play as it like. And as it plays, and you are trying to recognize what are the still defilements available in the mind, what are still the tendencies available and defilements available, by giving freedom to the mind. If you are holding it, then it can't play. Then we can't get the proper picture of the mind. Because of the concentration power, also the mind may not involve or not getting any defilements. So that is a kind of a misunderstanding in that sense. Because it is not really that defilements have faded off. Rather, due to the power of the concentration, mind can't move. Hope you got the point.
It's
yeah.
Thero Sarne, sir.
Report number 2. Most Venerable Bhante, I had a very busy time since December up to date. However,
Me too.
However, I managed to do the sitting session every morning and was able to concentrate on the sitting for about half an hour to 45 minutes. Therefore, I was determined to attend January 3-day retreat as I felt that I am losing my focus on sitting meditation. I have been a practicing yogi for about 10 years now. The first sitting in Kalalgoda today, I managed to continue for 1 hour easily. After watching the breath for about few minutes, my mind and body became very calm as usual and was able to maintain the calmness for some time. Then I started feeling the sensations of the body and then a pain on my foot, which vanished after few minutes. Was able to watch all these without any disturbances. However, from time to time, I reverted to the breath. Thoughts too came and went, but no prominence given. These were the similar experiences I experienced during my early days of sitting meditation. I am neither happy nor unhappy about the present condition. However, would like to know your views on when one neglects the day-to-day sittings and deviate from the normal yogi's life. Do you have to start from the very beginning? The approach to life after the practice is the same. Thinking and actions like craving, anger are all still at control levels. Only the sitting meditation is affected, I feel. Thero Sarana.
Actually, now say if you are able to maintain uninvolved mind, unattached mind, then you can neglect to some extent the sitting, as we discussed just now, because you are capable of establishing yourself. Establishing in the sense you are capable of not getting involved. You are able to maintain your spaciousness of the mind, uninvolved, unentangled nature of the mind. But otherwise, you need to continue the practice. May I know who has written? You? Okay. So, what is the situation like? Dakunupat.
Bhante, really, it was very nice. I've been sitting and doing all like day to day and everything was all right. But because there were so many like visitors and this and that and all that, which I couldn't concentrate much. And the moment I sit also, it's the day, how is the day has to happen, and the day things how I have to plan, and everything comes. But however, half an hour or something, I can maintain the calmness and mindfulness and then sit. But some days there were only 20 minutes even I couldn't sit. But normally it's 1 hour. I normally go on my morning and evening, and then I listen to a sermon, because it's a very routine life I had. And all of a sudden it was very turbulent, and So that's I'm a bit worried, because when this kind of a thing happen, do you have to start from all over?
That's the thing. So if you are able to, at least at a stretch, you are able to consolidate yourself, say, as she mentioned. So for now you are confident, okay, I can quickly establish myself. Establish means I can plunge into that unattached state of mind. If you have that confidence, then you can little sort of involve with various things, and later once you get the chance, again, polish yourself, again refine your mindfulness and sort of their comprehension. But otherwise we have to start from the beginning. So starting from the beginning depends on where we are. So if we are able to move to a considerable distance, then we don't need to start from the very beginning. But we can start from little bit of walking, little bit of sitting, and again paying attention to breath or rising and falling and various other phenomena. So likewise, it's a matter of refinement. So once the refinement is there, then automatically mind may be able to establish again, but again that in that uninvolved or emptiness, basically we can say. But if not, if you haven't experienced emptiness, if you haven't able to experience that while walking and all these things, you are familiar. You are capable of understanding what I am telling. So if we are not in that level, then definitely we have to continue the practice as usual. So once we are coming or reaching this state, then it's a matter of being there, and as we just discussed, and it's a matter of depending on the situation. Now say you had a kind of a very difficult day. Say you have to face a lot of difficulties, a lot of turbulence in your mind, a lot of defilements, and then definitely you have to go for the sitting. But assume that you have a very calm, relaxed day and there are no troubles, everything is fine, and then actually you can even ignore the sitting, because mind is capable of maintaining that clarity. Now the clarity is where we are paying more attention, because it is not the deep concentration we are concerned. What we are concerned is very much like the composed nature of the mind, clarity of the mind, where we can recognize each and every defilement so easily. Not that we are sort of looking for a very deep concentrated state. So Buddha actually give this to a kind of a simile in Nagarupama Sutta. Buddha say, so these kind of concentrated states, we can say, we can call them as Vipassana jhana even. So you are attending to Vipassana jhana like you are partaking food. You are like daily meal. So if it is not that we are again and again having meals, no. So we have in the morning, maybe in the lunch, during the night. So likewise, it depends on the requirement. You are not overeating and you are not neglecting either. So if it is necessary, you are eating. So similarly, Buddha mentioned, so one may be getting into this kind of relaxed state and kind of a jhanic state. So depending on the situation of the mind. So if you are not feeling hungry, then you don't need food. So similarly, so there are days like everything happen well. You are not disturbed. You are able to maintain the emptiness of the mind, no turbulence. Then you can even ignore the sitting. But at least just before say going to sleep, you need to establish on emptiness without everything else. Complete shutting off from the other conventional things, and again you are back in your kind of your own domain like. So it's a kind of a two sides, no, we are talking. During the day we are dealing with various other mundane activities with everyone else, but assume that not much disturbed. But before sleeping, okay, I am back in my pasture. So before sleep, then I am again relaxed, again calm down. Mind is again say in emptiness, and then you are going to sleep. So that way, that emptiness is not much disturbed. Even though you are involved with so many activities, you are not disturbed, and you are able to retain that emptiness. So that is the point. Yeah.
That's all the written ones. We can give a chance to
okay.
we can give a chance to the verbal ones, and we have few newcomers to Kalalgoda today.
Right.
Please raise your hand if you're.
Thero Sannai Bante.
Yeah.
When
this one is also not sadhana. Mami, can you little increase further?
Yeah, I will speak loud.
Yeah.
When mental objects come to the mind, when there's a tendency of ignoring them, and in my daily life, there's a kind of an indifference sort of feeling developing towards people and situations, kind of a fear towards them.
Mm-hmm.
Bhante, I want to know, is it correct to ignore them, or we have to be open to them or accept them?
Mm-hmm. So, how long are you meditating, by the way?
About 10 years.
10 years. Uh-huh. So, how about your attitude towards the other people? Now, we are not talking about these special people. So, how are you dealing with others? Are you capable of dealing as normal, and you are able to laugh with them and be friendly with them, or are you still maintaining kind of indifference even to everyone?
Not to everyone, but I'm little kind of close towards them.
Towards them?
Yeah.
Closed. So you are not opening up.
Yes.
You are maintaining kind of a privacy.
Not very much social, laughing,
talking
like
laugh?
that.
So you are coming here to laugh. Actually, the path is not that we become kind of dumb like people. We have to be very open, and we have to talk. I'm not telling you have to talk here and disturb others. What I'm telling is, we become more and more human than kind of a special creed. So we have to be more human. We have to be more sensitive on others' matters. But at the same time, it is not that we are disturbing ourselves. We become very sensitive. Yes, if necessary, maybe it can help. That's also possible. But it can't. Then I can be calm also. Something like that. So indifference is actually where we are sort of cutting off them. And we don't want to involve. I want my, I want to have my own peace of mind. So don't come towards me, don't bother me. So that's the kind of an attitude. I want my privacy. So then we a little bit become more narrow down. Like the mind actually, when we are meditating, especially when we are going towards the Vipassana, it's a kind of opening up. So it is not, we are narrowing. If you consider the awareness of the mind, it is more and more spreading, opening. So that's why even Buddha mentioned, say, about his mind. So his mind, he said, there are no limits, no boundary. If you consider the open awareness, so where is the boundary of the awareness? No boundary. So the mind is completely open, completely receptive. So if the mind is completely receptive, so then you are very, very, very sensitive. Even though you are sensitive, but you have a kind of a shock absorber to retain the equanimity of the mind. So that is the kind of quality that we are looking for. We are trying to achieve in a way. So with the practice, it is the direction actually we are moving. That is how Buddha, in a way, designed the practice, we can say. Noble Eightfold Path. So in one side, you are having kind of a very good understanding coming from Sammaditthi, Samma Sankappa side. At the same time, from Sila, you are maintaining very good relationship. And from the Samadhi side, you are maintaining kind of a clarity of the mind. So likewise, a kind of a beautiful balance. We are talking, it is not that we are completely cutting off the others, don't disturb me. It's not something like that. They can come and disturb me, fine. But still, I am open to help. But still I know my limits. Something like that. So just open yourself, because it is because you are the one suffering otherwise. If you feel more indifferent, if you feel kind of narrowed sort of mind, then you are suffering, not happy. Are you, in general, I am not criticizing, you need to understand that. I am not criticizing, I am just trying to help. So in general, are you a kind of a happy person? Or kind of a little, worried or little depressed or something like that? So if you can laugh here, then I can understand what's going on. If not, I can understand, okay, yes, something wrong. The thing is opening up. So, who am I going to protect? So ultimately we are understanding, okay, there is it's a matter of nothing is there to protect even. So I can open, I can accept, I can help. And as she mentioned, even though we do that, still I am taking care of myself as well. Not as a person, just to charge the battery, like say you are maintaining the clarity of mind, you are maintaining the calmness of the mind, not disturbed. So still you are concerned about it. At the same time, you can deal with others as well. Something like that, maintaining kind of a balance. So both sides have to be necessary, because otherwise, without others' interruption, without others' interference, we can't understand ourselves. If suppose that I am going just to the forest and I am hiding there, not allowing anyone to come, anyone to talk. So how am I going to investigate myself? Very difficult. Even today, yesterday, there is one nun. Actually, she was talking, and little elderly nun. She is also a very good practitioner. And thing is, she has spent time at various other nunneries, and then she requested to her son, I am enough with these nunneries, I want to be in a secluded place, my own. And now she is there, and now she is asking, but what next? Where am I going? How am I going to further purify? So you just be alone, and while you are sitting, nothing is there. There is no purification happens actually. So my advice was to go back to another nunnery, be with other nuns, find out a place where many nuns are there, then you get more disturbance. Many problems are there. Then amidst all these problems, are you able to be quiet? Are you able to maintain a kind of a smile? Then that's the great thing. First, we can't do that actually. First, we need some amount of seclusion in order to develop the necessary qualities. But after that, in order to understand where am I, what are the still the problems, where are the mind being tend to and go and grasp, and where are the problems, for that we need to practically recognize. Otherwise very difficult to recognize, because these are latent. Our tendencies, the anusaya, so they are latent. So just a matter of not having a defilement does not guarantee that it is completely uprooted. So the defilements to come out, you need some amount of interaction with others. Then only you will understand, okay, still I get angry, still I get frustrated, still I get lust. So likewise, others are in a way helping in that sense. So therefore, open yourself, just receive, just talk. So it's in a way that it is fun. Like it's not that we are completely cutting off everyone. Don't talk to me. I want to be silent. That's all. It's then only you feel happy. Actually, it's a happy path. It's not a worried path. It's a kind of a happy path. Now, you can recognize it that from the Buddha's life even. Now, say for example, I am just remembering. Say that one monk, Chullapantaka. So he's been completely banished from the monastery by his own elder son, Chullapantaka, you know. And Buddha simply came to the gate and he just pat on his head and like a father, why are you crying? I'm just holding him and taking him to the monastery and giving him a meditation object, and he become an arahant. So likewise, we have to balance the compassion and the wisdom. It is not simply the wisdom; the compassion also has to be there, and that gives kind of a melt to the mind, kind of to the heart, and then you are happy in a way. We can't be completely dry, then can't happy. Now things are, we can say all the formations are suffering. True. By thinking that if I become more dry, I'm not happy. I ultimately become depressed. So that is why while continuing the path, Buddha says sometimes even when you are practicing Satipatthana, if you feel dry, if you feel bored in the sense if you feel kind of tired, like exhausted, then just practice a little bit of samatha where you get really happy. If you remember the Bhikkhunupassaya Sutta, where Buddha talks about Panidhaya Bhavana and Apanidhaya Bhavana. Say, when you are going through the Apanidhaya Bhavana, where there is no panidhi, there is no kind of object or any kind of desired object to the mind. Rather, you are trying more into the Vipassana. And there Buddha mentioned sometimes you become overdose-like, very dry. Then Buddha say, okay, you switch to another object which is more beautiful, and you feel happy, you feel energetic, you are laughing, smiling like thing, and again you get the energy. So happiness is one part, you remember, piti sambojjhanga. Therefore Buddha's path is not a completely dry path. Vipassana is not a completely dry type of Vipassana. Rather it is a kind of balance of all these different qualities. Then only you have a kind of an equanimous mind. Equanimous does not mean a dry equanimity. So kind of balance and composed kind of equanimity we are talking here. So just laugh, then you can be happy. So anything else? You can actually start looking for some good people who, we can't actually associate everyone, of course, but there are others who have a helping hand and they can talk and something like that. But certain others are sometimes like energy consumers. When you're getting closer to them, you feel, okay, even my energy being exhausted. Such people are also there. Okay. Okay, if there are no questions, then okay, there's something.
I think if I are going to ask, I had to ask a lot of questions, so forget it, everything.
Sorry, you forgot everything?
Yeah, I'm going to forget everything, and I'm going to start up to today, what I started as a meditation. So then I'm trying to get a basic, the start. I found the walking is very peaceful, I found, but sitting is not yet. So is that hard to start, or because I try to not to get pushed as I did once long time back, that pushing. Then I got very tired. I don't want to do anymore like that.
Correct.
So today I found, I think I'm very interested in about that. And when I give a peace, let go, little
it's
bit.
It's also not forceful letting go.
Right.
Just allow the mind to because we can't immediately tame a person. No, it's like you are taming your child.
Correct.
Say children have their own playful situation.
Yeah.
We need to accept that.
Right.
Our mind is also like that. It's like playful, like mischievous, tricky kind of thing. And we need to properly handle it without really, using the cane every time. So while walking is very beautiful in that sense. So you can be more with the nature. You can see how mind is going, but still again and again you are taking your mind back to the step. back to the sensation.
But I didn't know honestly much about this meditations area. One of my friend just
Right.
mentioned to me a little bit, and I follow up what she said.
Correct.
But I found bit comfortable for me and very cheerful myself, and yeah, it's not
That's
bad.
the thing. So, I mean, we need certain amount of effort, true, but it doesn't mean during the session that we have to push ourselves. Pushing in the sense we have to have a consistent practice, daily practice. So that is the effort we need. But while sitting, while walking, we have to maintain a very relaxed, happy kind of a mood. So then things are moving very, very well. Otherwise, during the sitting, if I am with crunching my teeth and trying to hold the mind, then end up with tension. That is not the way. Rather, you are walking very beautifully, mindfully, and assume that the mind get distracted. Okay, you understood that. Again, you smilingly you are taking it back. Something like that. So you understood. Okay, it has gone. Okay, fine. Again, come back. And
not to get angry, not to get those kind of.
Definitely not. Yes. Then, if you are getting angry, then you are inviting another defilement, another hindrance. So no need. So already the hindrance is there, the restlessness. Because of the restlessness, okay, the mind has shifted. And you understood that. Now you don't need to add another defilement or the hindrance called the ill will. Because already restlessness is there. So why am I going to add ill will? So you understood that, okay, come back. Just again be with me. Again it is shifting, okay, you come back, just be with me. Like you are inviting your son, inviting your daughter to just be with me. So you are inviting your mind to be with your body. So then you feel more aware of the body. So the first stage is developing the body awareness in that sense. So each movement, each stretching and everything, if you are being able to establish mindfulness, so then you are more and more kind of aware of the body. So the first stage is developing that. Kayanupassana really means that ultimately you understand, okay, mind is not much distracted, scattered, shifted. Rather, mind prefers to be with the body now, and you are fully aware of what is happening within the body. I mean, within the body also not every time, say, pleasurable. I mean, there may be little aches, pains, things are there. But still you are within yourself, you are with you. Not here and there, not outside. Rather, you are with yourself. You are fully aware of what is happening within your body, within your mind. So then it is growing towards the self-awareness. We start with the body awareness, and ultimately, slowly, when we understand the sensations and then emotions and all these things, then we are connecting to the mind as well, the mental landscape as well. Then we are fully aware of ourselves, then we can say the self-awareness. So starting is the body awareness. Yeah.
Thank you, Swami.
Yeah. There's a question there.
I have similar experience as the lady here, and I tends to, because I live on my own, and I tends to.
Sorry, can you repeat that statement?
I live by myself, and
okay.
I'm widowed, and I'm live by myself, and I tends to also withdraw from people, and I also. Particularly with my children, they noticed and always says, "Mom, you have changed. You know, why are you changed? Why are you so indifferent?" But I don't see that I'm changed, but they do see the difference.
Yeah, definitely.
And
actually, that's the point. Actually, we have to be very humble in that sense. So we ourselves can't understand our changes sometimes.
Yeah.
So others in that sense, they don't understand, they will tell what has happened to you.
Indeed.
So at that point I have to be very humble, kind of innocent, and then accept, okay, yes, I have gone too far. So I need to find the balance. So actually at the beginning of the practice, so as you are moving forward in the mindfulness practice, yes, I mean this kind of a attitude develops. It is also necessary. I am not neglecting that. So I mean you can't be completely socialized as before.
Yes.
We are not expecting that either. So assume that you are a person every day going for parties and going for kind of complete socializing.
Indeed.
So then you can't do that. Definitely not. So with the practice you become little secluded, you prefer seclusion. So that indicates the mind likes to be alone, and mind is finding its own freedom rather than getting some kind of entertainment from others.
Indeed.
That is necessary. But later, now say, now mind found that freedom.
Yes.
Say it doesn't want that anything.
Indeed.
Now it can even stay without any object, for example.
Indeed.
What we just discussed, kind of an emptiness.
Yes,
If he is capable of doing that, then it doesn't mean that we completely promote that in the sense we come to a kind of a cocoon and block ourselves.
Yes.
Emptiness has to be grown. So it's kind of open awareness. So empty but open. It is not empty. Now say I can have this cup empty but closed, like this. Empty but closed. But how about there is no cup here, but emptiness is there, fully pervaded kind of emptiness. So that is where Buddha pointing out. So it is not on a kind of a vessel or bucket or something like that. Rather the emptiness is fully spreaded like. So at that level, actually, you are interacting with others, and still mind maintains the clarity, and you feel that you are part of the whole universe. Like you are well connected with the whole thing, rather than you being isolated from everything.
But the situation is my situation is most times I see. What's the value of doing this? What's the point? It's all like it's cause and effect. You know, that's what the reason. That's why you want to do this, or you want me to do, or be involved. So that kind of thing comes into my own understanding,
right?
And then I feel like just avoid it.
Just what?
Avoid situations, like that,
Correct. So that is where we need to understand what are my contribution and which has come to me. So I am the one to perform it, and that has come to me as a cause and effect. Yes. On the other hand, there are situations where I am unnecessarily going and interfering. So that can be avoided. We are now say normal person. So assume that there are 100 tasks to be done. Assume that 50 tasks, yes, they have come to me and I am the one responsible. I am obliged to do them. Fine. Another 50 I am unnecessarily putting my hand. So that 50 we can cut off. That depends on the kind of common sense, and you may understand. Okay, am I really necessary to do it, or am I all right to avoid just maintaining my own seclusion? So that we need to decide daily basis or the activity basis. No, we can't find out a rule, kind of a formula. So how to decide it? It depends on how things are happening and where am I going to interact, where am I not going to interact, something like that.
So the statement that protect your mind, the protect your mind kind of thing, that's
Correct.
always we talk about.
Correct.
So now that's what I think I'm trying to do, like to protect my mind, so without getting involved in any form of...
No, that's the thing. So at the beginning, yes, we need to protect our mind and not getting disturbed and all these things. And when you are somewhat mature, then you need to find out, to what level now the protection is established. Now, can I be with a person who is kind of a normal person, a neutral person with whom that I don't have any relationship? At that time, okay, yes, my mind is protected. But suppose with another person who is kind of an aggressive type of a person, am I still capable of protecting the mind? So that is the skill, no?
Yeah.
So we can't expect everyone to promote myself, everyone to smile with me, everyone to say respect me. We can't expect that situation. So am I able to be with all these difficult people, still maintaining the calmness of my mind?
Yeah.
So
that is possible only when we have less defilements. So then otherwise I'll get easily agitated by someone else's behavior.
Yeah.
Easily get agitated. So that means still boiling is there, still defilements are there, something like that. So in order to look at it, then I need to little interact with others as well.
Yeah.
Then where am I? I mean, am I able to deal with them without any trouble, or am I still getting disturbed due to a small mistake of another person, a small difficulty or character of another person? Am I still thinking alone for a long time and kind of cursing and all these things are there? So that means problem.
So, well, Bhante, what you say now is that you have to be in the world with communicating with others to understand your own defilements.
Exactly.
And how you manage your defilements.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So both have to be balanced. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So we have to go to the society, deal with others, and engage with various activities.
Yeah.
And once you come back, and you need to see how the state of the mind right now, due to the today's involvement with all these mundane activities, am I getting disturbed?
Indeed.
Am I get depressed? Am I get agitated?
Yes.
Or not?
Yeah.
If not, no problem.
Okay.
I mean, if yes, then I have to relax myself, again practice, calm down, everything. Again you go tomorrow as well. Then when you are doing this kind of a refinement, then you find one day, hopefully, no disturbance. Others are talking, others are hinting, others are laughing, others are quarreling, others are smiling, or whatever things that they do, you are not disturbed.
And also, can I know that when you say the emptiness, is that the shunyata? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, it is not the kind of the say the samatha-oriented one we are talking here.
Indeed.
The Vipassana brings you to a state where mind is not holding anything, not grasping anything. So as a result of that, mind become empty.
Yes. Yes.
Stable.
Yeah.
Still.
Yes.
Nothing is there, by the way.
Yes. Understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. By the way, very interesting questions. These are life situations. How are we going to properly refine our practice? So these are very essential. Otherwise, it is a kind of it's like navigating through a difficult path.
Yes.
So we can't find out a very straightforward path.
Yes.
So different situations are coming, and ups and downs of life is coming.
Yes.
So how am I going to navigate without having kind of a trouble with another person?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, if there is no any other question, then we'll wind up the session. When is the electricity cut today? Any? After 3? Till 4:15. I also don't know. We'll check the schedule and then decide. Otherwise, if everything's fine, then we'll make it at 4 p.m. Okay, right.